Okay, so today I had a friend who asked me about solving nonlinear systems of equations, and what they wanted us to do was to solve this system right here to 3 decimal places, and there's only one way to do this. You got to do this with a calculator, okay? Especially if you got to go to 3 decimal places. I tried working this out with some algebra, and it's gross. So the first thing that we want to do is we want to take the 5x squared plus 6y squared equals 40, and we are going to solve that for y. Alright, so that we can put it in our graphing calculator. Alright, so you're going to have 6y squared is equal to 40 minus the 5x squared, right? Subtracting 5x squared from both sides. We're going to divide everything by 6. You have 40 minus 5x squared all divided by 6. And then to get rid of that, you're going to have y is equal to, now I need a positive square root and a negative square root to get the both sides of this. Alright, so you need the principal and the negative root. And so you've got 40 minus 5x squared all over 6. Alright, so this is the first part right here where we're going to take this, alright, and plug this into the calculator. Oh, sorry. And this is already solved for y, so I'm going to plug this into the calculator. Now, notice this right here is a circle, or an ellipse probably, sorry. I'm looking at it, it's an ellipse. Okay, so that right there is an ellipse. And this right here, this is a parabola. And so what we're going to find is probably two intersections, right? So we're going to find two intersections. Alright, so what does this look like in the calculator? Well, let me bring up my TI view. Alright, so I already pre-typed in this equation, okay, the principal. I typed in the negative, and then I typed in the parabola. And I just set the window to standard, okay? And so here's the top of my circle. Ellipse. I'm sorry, I keep saying circle, but it is an ellipse. Alright. And then we get the parabola that comes down and through. And so look, I've got a point right here and a point right here of intersection. So I need to figure out where those are at. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to zoom in a little bit more, but I'm going to do this a little different. I'm going to zoom in, and I want to zoom a box. Alright? And so I'm going to scroll over to where this upper value is, make sure it's in there, and I'm going to hit enter. Then I'm going to scroll down and create a box whereby I make sure that I get those 2 points in there, and I'm looking right at that point and that point. So now I hit enter. So here again is the top part of my circle. Here's the bottom part of my circle. Here comes my parabola down and through. And what I want to do is calculate that intersection right now. So on the calculator, the blue button is second calc. Alright, and intersection is number 5. So I'm going to calculate an intersection. So the first curve is the y1. That's up here on this curve. So that's good. Enter. The second curve is this lower one. I don't want that, so I'm going to hit down again, and now I see I'm at y3, and that's the parabola. So that's the second curve that I want. So you got to be careful about that. And then the guess. Now, there's only one place, but when I have two intersections, I always like to scroll over and get that arrow close to the intersection that I'm concerned about. And I hit enter. And so now I see the intersection is at negative 1.975 to 3 decimal places. So I come over here and I go x is equal to negative 1.975, and y is going to be equal to 1.849. 1.849. And this is my first intersection. Okay. Now for the second one, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to do second calc. Oops, I don't know what happened. Oh, so I don't need the first curve now. I need the second curve. Oh, second calc intersection is number 5. I don't need the first curve. I actually need the second curve, this lower curve where I'm going to intersect. Then I have the third curve. That's good. And now I need my guess. And now I'm going to scroll down. Are you not? Alright, so I had to hit the right arrow key to get it to go over instead of the down arrow key because I made a mistake. Alright, and so now you've got negative 1.17155. Sorry, I was looking at that 7 to round, and so that's what came out. Negative 1.155. Alright, so over here we're going to have x is equal to negative 1.155 and y shall be equal to negative 2.357. Negative 2.357. Those are the 2 points of intersection, 2 3 decimal places. And there isn't really a better way to do this without a graphing calculator. I tried substitution, and what you get made me cry, and I'm a trained mathematician, and so that's not good. If you tried to do something else where maybe you tried elimination of the nonlinear terms, that actually also creates a big mess. Alright, and this is the issue with nonlinear systems of equations. Those nonlinear systems of equations, a lot of times they have to be done numerically, because the algebra and stuff that's involved basically makes us cry. Alright, and I don't like to cry. So use the calculator. Those are the 2 points. I hope this helped my friend. I hope this helps you.